Just your average everyday trucker, keeping it real. I'm your host, Chris Blodgett, and you're listening to Real Talk Tuesday. Today's topic is going to be Father's Day discussion. This is episode 97. Once again, guys, welcome. Appreciate you being here. It's kind of a broad topic, mainly because at the time of this recording for this Real Talk Tuesday episode, it is actually Father's Day. Actually, my last run, getting ready to get back to Nashville, get home, and I'd say sleep, but that's not gonna happen right now. Not gonna happen right away, anyway. I should say, because basically my wife's at work, my daughter has to work, so grandkiddo is being watched by the youngest kiddo. She's still old. I mean, she's still old enough to hang out with them and watch them. But I get to get home and instead of going right to bed, I get to get home and hang out with them, which is, it's good and bad. I enjoy the time with them and stuff, but not gonna lie, I'm pretty tired. So I would love to get home and go right to bed, but yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I had to do it last weekend too. I think I got home at like 8. I think I got home right around this time, 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock-ish in the morning. And he was still asleep. My youngest was still asleep. So they changed out. Basically, we just kind of hung out. He eventually woke up. We did the whole potty training stuff. Then hung out for a bit. Downstairs on the couch or whatever, and eventually, my other half, Nana, Nana for my grandkiddo, that is. Eventually, she got off, came home, and then my oldest, grandson's mama, she got off and came home. And I think I laid down at like 2 o'clock that afternoon after being up since the previous night. Caught a 4-hour nap, then got up and basically just got up and then relaxed and hung out for the rest of my 2 days off. So, being Father's Day, I would love to not do that like last week, but she's working, so of course it's not really much I can do about it. Although I think she said next weekend she doesn't think she's working Sunday, so it's all good, But the inspiration for this topic kind of came from, I was chatting with my bro Rico, which of course, again, like, throw it out there. Anybody that wants to check out his podcast and see what it's all about, if you go to blodgeshow.com, click the drop down menu and click on the Rico page. That'll redirect you to his podcast, or go to blodgeshow.com Rico, and it'll direct you to Spotify and check it out. But anyway, the inspiration for this topic, I was chatting with Rico. Probably like maybe like an hour or so outside of Lebanon, where I'm leaving right now. Basically it was an interesting night. I basically brought 2 empties to Lebanon. I took 2 loadeds from Lebanon with 2 stops. Made my first stop in Knoxville, dropped the rear trailer, dropped the dolly, dispatched again, continued 30 miles further to Kodak. Dropped that trailer, had to set up 2 empties and a dolly to come back here to Lebanon, and then pull in here to Lebanon, and basically have dispatched to Nashville with a loaded and an empty. So at first I was like, crap, 2 trailers, But then I was like, oh wait, like I'm bringing an empty, so technically what I did is I just basically worked smarter, when you're tired especially. So I dropped the rear trailer, and then I dropped the dolly in front of leaving it still in front of that trailer, and then I went and parked the front empty off into space, and I went and grabbed the loaded trailer, got everything hooked up on it, circled around, backed in front of the dolly and the empty trailer, got everything all hooked up and set up, and then basically did my pre-trip inspection, dispatch, and all that stuff. So I was out of there pretty quick, but when you've been up all night, you're tired, like all the light out here today, like the sunlight, whatever, it's blinding. It's a little bit blinding. So I'm like, man, I'm looking forward to being home. Especially after doing 2 nights of, actually, let's see, what was it, 3 nights? Yeah, I think it was 3 nights, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of running the route I'm normally supposed to run, and then Friday tonight, I've basically been back on night shift again. So I don't like doing the flip-flop, but hey, I'm coming out here doing it, but that's why I do what I do on the side with the side business stuff. Give myself options, hopefully eventually give myself the option of not even having to come in and do what I'm doing, But I know it's going to take time and stuff, nothing's quick or whatever, So anyway, but yeah, I was chatting with Rico, and we were talking about, because I joked around with him, I said, like, the other day, my wife was asking me, she said, so what do you want to do for Father's Day? And I don't know. She goes, we could probably go to a movie or something, and I jokingly, without saying anything, I was kind of thinking to myself, kind of joking to myself, kind of, if you guys get what I'm saying, about, like, yeah, whatever we pick to do on Father's Day, like, I'm going to be paid for it, because we both got paid, but, usually if it's something like we plan out or something, like let's say we're going to go to a movie on Father's Day or my birthday, or going to go out to eat or whatever, we'd go out to eat or go to a movie, and I'm paying for what we're doing. So it's like, so I was joking around with him. I was like, I was like, Rico, that kind of, that part kind of, always kind of makes me laugh a little bit, because of the fact that, like, it's not them taking me out, it's, yeah, we're going to all go out and celebrate whatever day it is, but I'm the one paying for the outing or whatever. And he was like, I never understood that, man, if it's Father's Day, they should technically take me, like, my kids should take me out, not like me taking them out and paying for them to eat or whatever, when it's supposed to be like Father's Day and they're supposed to. I'm like, yeah, I kind of get that, so I told them, I was kind of hesitant to suggest anything like movie or going out somewhere expensive to eat, because basically it's like, all right, well, we're gonna go celebrate it, but it's gonna be me paying for us to go out there. So I told him, I said, maybe what I'll do instead is I'll go literally go out and get myself like a steak or something, or maybe go to the store and actually pick up a steak and like bag of the breaded okra and stuff like that, and literally just cook myself a meal at home for a lot cheaper than going out, because it's like, I'll do it, I like going out as a fan, but then then of course, like I said, you have that thought, like, yeah, but when we go out and do something for, quote, Father's Day, it's me paying for what we're doing on Father's Day, instead of, like, my wife will actually order presents. You know, I'm not really a gift buyer as much. Like, I'm more. That's how, like, literally, you know, I try to acknowledge certain holidays, like, you know, Mother's Day, whatever. Even though I try to order. Usually, I'm looking at like, when you have like bill focus, you know, where you look at the bills, like, all right, we got to pay this, we got to pay that. You know, and I might know this special day is coming up, but then of course I'm like, yeah, but I don't have the extra money to do it. You know, or you got to pay this bill, got to keep the lights on, got to do this, whatever. And so I'll, at the very minimum, I'll try to at least take, you know, like for Mother's Day, since both my oldest and my wife are mothers, obviously, you know, we all went out. I took us all out like the following week because on Mother's Day weekend things were a little bit tight. So the following weekend, I was like, hey, like, where do you guys want to go to eat? You know, want to go out for dinner to kind of like celebrate like a belated Mother's Day, whatever. But then, you know, even though it was a good dinner, we had some good family time. Over the next couple of days, I heard, you know, they were talking about like they're kind of hinting, like sending me like links for possible presents. Like, hey, get a gift for mom, whatever. And I'm like, well, we already did something, you know. But you know, that's just. And the other night, my wife was going through, like, she's scrolling, you know, just looking at stuff online, and she showed me a couple links, whatever, like this, like some these really nice like bracelets that she liked or whatever. And I jokingly, I said, all right, hold on a second. You know, I unlocked my card and I handed her my card. I said, pick which bracelet you'd like, and that could be, let's say that's, you know, a belated Mother's Day present. I said, because I know I'm not as much of a gift buyer as you are, but I want to at least do something. I know that you like gifts. So, which, I mean, nothing wrong with that, of course, you know. And so she's like, oh, really? So she went ahead, ordered the, you know, picked which one she wanted, ordered it, whatever. And that was me making an attempt, you know. And I know that she's ordered presents or a present, I don't know what to expect for Father's Day for today and stuff. Because again, like, they're working. I'm out here trying to finish up work and try to actually get home. But it's you know, still early, so I don't know what's gonna happen later. And I know that any special activity that we do, and you know, I'd be paying for it. So it's like just one of those things, though, you know. But I'm curious, like, and of course I want to throw the email address out there, you know, blogshowpodcast@gmail.com. Or do you, like, for you guys, like, do you guys go through the same thing? Like, if you guys do, let's say you're a dad, you know, and, you know, your birthday comes around or Father's Day comes around, like, do the people closest to you, do they actually take you out, and, like, where you actually go out, you have dinner, and you're not having to actually worry about the bill, like, they're taking care of it? Or it's like, hey, let's go out for Father's Day, but you're still gonna get to that end of the night, you know, end of the meal, and, you know, you get the check, and of course you get the check and have to, you know, hand the card over to the server, and, you know, you figure out how much you want to tip the server for the meal that you're paying for on your special day. You know, it's that's why I was like, I wasn't sure what to talk, you know, because like I said, these Real Talk Tuesday episodes, usually it's for anybody who's new to this podcast. What we do here is we have Real Talk Tuesdays, and we have Storytime Fridays. And so, hold on a second, let me check something out here real quick. Let's see. Okay, cool. Because I thought the headset here chirped in my ear, and so I was like, crap, is it dying? You know, because I haven't really used it much this week, so I might have to go ahead and make sure to plug it in and charge it up so I can be ready for the new week when I come back in on Tuesday, so I can get you know, get the next story episode recorded without having to worry about mid-story. Oh crap, it just died. So, but yeah, I'm curious for those of you listening or whatever, how to, like, do you pay for your own outings? You know, for like if you go out and do something special as a family for like support to celebrate a certain special occasion. I understand for instance on our end, if I'm taking out like obviously my oldest and my wife, actually, I mean, we all went, but basically went out for dinner to celebrate Mother's Day, kind of belated, like a late Mother's Day dinner. Obviously, I paid, that's fine, because it's not about me. It was about them. So I was like, hey, so literally, we were in the Mexican restaurant or whatever, because that's what they chose. And me and my wife and my daughter, I think we all got margaritas. And so literally, before the food came, I did a toast, held my margarita up, cleaned glasses with the two of them, and basically said, happy belated Mother's Day, love you guys. And they're like, thank you, we love you too. That was me making an effort, especially when you're dealing with a lot of bills or whatever, like just being on a budget, so sometimes it's hard to do too much extra, but I try to do something, but I'm just curious, like how are things for you guys? So feel free to drop me a line, let me know how it goes in your house. Like, do you pay for your own outings or your own special occasion celebrations or whatever, or the people closer to you actually, surprise you? But one thing I did joke around with Rico about was the fact that I was like, well, how Erin is, like, she's a chef, and so if we don't go out and do anything, at the very least, sometimes she'll ask me like, what do you want for dinner on your birthday or Father's Day? And I'll be like, oh, like meatloaf with mushroom gravy and pierogies or something, or I'll be like, or a steak. Like tonight, because honestly, we have half a meatloaf in the fridge that I made last Sunday or whatever, last Monday. When I was meal prepping, so there's still a meatloaf in the fridge. So I'd probably say like steak smothered with onions, peppers, and mushrooms, and probably like some kind of veg on the side, like those are veggies right there, but mashed potatoes or something, but. So I apologize, guys, as far as like, I'm trying to talk as clearly as I can, but I am tired. I've been literally up since, I got up last night after going to bed at like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I think I got up like 8, and I even struggled to sleep because it was just like, we're in those hot months, and our apartment isn't very well insulated, so it's a townhome. So the upstairs can get pretty muggy. So when I got up and my wife was already up from her nap, she was downstairs talking to a friend of hers and stuff. I came down, I was like, was it pretty hot this afternoon? Because I was like, there's a couple times I woke up and I actually felt like I was just like having trouble sleeping because I was overheating. And she's like, yeah, it was pretty warm today. I'm like, all right, Like, we have the AC set down pretty low, but of course, it's downstairs is nice and cool, and the upstairs is not, so. Fun times, but, so, I am not sure what the plan is for today, because I know I gotta watch the Grand Kiddo for a couple hours. Already kind of been proactive with side biz, doing a couple of the tasks that I have to do every day, which don't take me too long. Like less than an hour. It's like 1 to 2 hours a day, but I usually get it done in like 30 minutes because it's my routine. It's actually not that bad, but 1 to 2 hours is usually what the business entails pretty much. That's why we promote it, referring to it as a 2-hour workday. So, but kind of been proactive with that, trying to get stuff done with that ahead of time if possible, so that way it kind of makes the rest of the day a little bit easier, less to do. Could just do a quick Facebook Live and call it a day. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight because I'll be catching some sleep at some point, probably going across the street, getting my adult beverages to treat myself to. I always enjoy those on my days off. But I don't know if I'm not sure if I'll be indulging in a steak today, or if maybe if I do take the fam out, I'm gonna if I'm, you know, like if I'm picking the restaurant and I'm paying, I'm gonna be picking. That's another thing I told Rico. That I was like, I might pick a. There's a Mexican place that I think has amazing food and their prices are awesome. Like, you get big portions and the food is amazing, and yet it's still really affordable. Like I didn't know. Like, I think one of the times I took the fam out to dinner one night because it was like I got paid. Paycheck hit at like I think it was like 8:30, and I think they closed at 9:30, and we hadn't really talked too much about what we were gonna have for dinner that night. So I basically came down and was like, hey, what do you guys think about grabbing Mexican, like going down the street really quick and grabbing Mexican or whatever. Just had one of those occasions out here where I got cruise control set, had a car past me, and then they got over in front of me, and then they were slowed down. It's like, really, dude, really? Like, come on. So I had to go ahead and get over a lane so that way I could put the cruise back on and not have the distance meter beeping at me here, So I was like, I'm not changing my speed. I'm literally like cruise control set. You get in front of me, and then the little distance sensors going off because you're too close. Like, all right, this is fun. But so ideally, it'd be nice to get home and go right to bed. Then I could get up this afternoon and spend the rest of the day. But with my oldest working, that kind of puts things a little bit off for a minute. But that's cool. Me and the grandson, we literally we cuddle up on the couch. Like I'll get on the couch and he'll get on the couch and snuggle up next to me while he'll be watching his tablet or something, watching his cartoon or whatever, and I'll just be arm around him, just like we're just hanging out, aren't we, Bubba? He goes, yep. But so yeah, that's kind of what I'm curious about, with you guys is, do you guys pay for your own stuff, or do you guys I'm used to being with my line of work, being that I'm by myself a lot, and especially when I was up on the road, I had to make sure that I was taking care of myself anyway. So most of the time, especially when it comes to like what I might need or something, I just get it. If there's something that I actually need to get, my wife is super annoyed a lot of years because, of course, she'll be like, what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, I don't know. What do you want for Father's Day? I'm like, I don't know. I was like, because most of the time, if I need something, I just get it myself. That's just how my mind works, And I know that, she's like, you're super hard to shop for. I'm like, yeah, I know. I was like, I'm sorry, not sorry, I guess. So it's like, I was like, that's just how I am, It's like if I need something, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. I'm not gonna be like, especially if it's like, let's say it's a month before Christmas or whatever, and I'm like, what do you want for Christmas? I have no idea. So if we're actually in the position where we can actually shop for each other, I will actually try to sit down and think about it. Like, all right, what can I, and I try not to make it too bad. Like, hey, I want a PlayStation, brand new PlayStation or MacBook. Nah, I try to keep it simple. That's why when we like this year we had to do Christmas kind of on a budget because we had to, we helped my oldest move back here or whatever, and so that's why we love the store 5 and below, because literally everything is $5 and below. Most items are 5 and below. That's kind of the irony, is that there's a couple of sports cars passing me. Had one says Born Bad on the plate, and one says Hot Blue. There's another one in front of those two, but of course I didn't notice that these are sports cars until I saw the second and the third car. I was like, well, there's one up front, but I don't know what that plate's at. They each have a little customized whatever. So that's cool, Little, I think they're brand new Corvettes. So one of those occasions where I'll be like, hey, you guys check it out. Oh wait. So, but anyway, I mean, always appreciate, the little things though that fam does try to do. Cause like my youngest, she does chores to get paid. Like she gets a small allowance each week, like $50. As long as she does certain chores, like taking care of the cat boxes, making sure the trash are taken out throughout the week, stuff like that. Then she gets, her that little payment each week, And so, but I kind of did that because for a while, because like those were her chores, and we would always have to fight with her, like, hey, you need litter boxes need to be done. I know, whatever. Like, so I kind of made a proposition to her, like, hey, I'll make you a deal. Like, you can get a allowance of this much per week, but but the requirement is you have those couple things have to be done. I was like, if they're not done, then you're not getting paid. Simple as that, Like if it comes Monday of the following week, and then you're doing the chores, and like, sorry, you're in the new week. You want to get paid for that week, you got to do the chores that week. But so she would actually like do the chores because she wants to get paid, because she wants to order gifts. And I had joked with her. I was like, hey Zoe, like you don't need to buy me anything. Like, she's an artist. Like, she does a lot of artistic crafts or whatever. I said, I'm cool with you making me stuff. Like, I'm pretty simple. Like, I don't need, like, presents purchased for me or whatever. Just some kind of something done for me, like, something acknowledged, like. So, like, my wife and my oldest, actually all three of them, coming up with a plan for, like, hey, we're going to take Dad out to this restaurant. We're going to take him out for this activity, like, and me not be involved in the decision at all. Like, that's what my wife says when we're planning things for, like, if we're planning something special for her birthday, she goes, I want you guys to plan it, I don't want anything to do with it, but yeah, it's Father's Day, what do you want to do? Do you want to, do you want to go to a movie, do you want to do such and such, whatever, and again, like I said earlier, then I'm paying for it, what we're doing. So it's like, okay, well, like, if I'm gonna go, if it's up to me, then I'll just go get myself a dinner, or like I said, I'll get the ingredients, cook something at home, like actually make a meal I want to do at home, which would be cheaper than eating out anyway, So I might do that with the idea of doing a steak today, because I know we have a griddle at home, since we can't really grill outside, the whole fire code, whatever. Yeah, it's weird. But probably do a steak, because there's actually, and plus, I don't know if you guys, anybody if you've not had a whole lot of experience cooking steaks, if you don't have a grill, one easy way to do it is you set like your oven at like 350, and you get like your skillet or griddle. You want to get like the little sear lines, get those nice and hot, and then season, like put a little oil and seasoning on the sides of your steak, and then put it on in the skillet for like maybe like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Get a nice sear on both sides, and then basically you put the steak in the oven for probably, like, depending on the thickness of it, 5 to 10 minutes. Because if it's a thin steak, probably five minutes would probably still get it actually cooked enough, depending on if you want it well done or medium rare or whatever. So obviously the more rare you want it, put it in the oven for less time. But if you want it like well done, then probably closer to 10 minutes, because then it'll actually be nice and well done. But basically it's pretty easy to cook a steak partially on the stove or on the burner, and then finish it in the oven, and actually still comes out like it's grilled and still tender, and it still has nice flavor, juiciness, or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I might do that. Maybe I'll buy a huge pack of mushrooms, and maybe some green peppers, and then cook myself up a steak and load it up with the onions, peppers, and mushrooms. Be like, this is my Father's Day treat to myself. But anyway, y'all, that's pretty much. So that's why I was curious. So feel free to drop me a line. LodgeShowPodcast@gmail.com. Let me know. Basically, like if on your special days, if you're actually taken out by the people closest to you, or if you have to do it. You know, if it's something like your birthday or Father's Day, or hell, if you're, let's say your mom listening to this, let's say Mother's Day, maybe you're the major breadwinner in the house too, and you go out for a special day, and it's, you know, like Mother's Day, but you're of course paying your own stuff anyway. I mean, it's understandable, you know, especially if it's a one income house or whatever. But if you have a 2-income house, and let's say you have separate accounts, which, you know, could be the case for a lot of households. I know me and my wife, that's technically what we are. You know, we have, you know, one of us, like some of us in the house use Cash App for our deposits, and some of us use that bank Sophie, which if you look at the promotion page on the BlodgetShow.com website, you'll see the promotion for Sophie for new accounts to get a bonus, and, you know, a bonus for investments and stuff like that. So, but it was just something I was curious about, you know. So, but on that note, I'll go ahead and close this out. You know, as always, appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Hope everybody, by the time you're hearing this episode, I hope you guys did have a good Father's Day, though. You know, got to do something special with the fam, some good family bonding time, or, you know, if you're a dad that, you know, single dad, maybe your kids are grown. Hopefully you were able to, you know, do something enjoyable for yourself. At least treat yourself in some way, like, you know, get a couple drinks, or order out or something, you know. So, but like I said earlier, for anybody who wants to check out my bro Rico's podcast, go to BlodgetShow.com/Rico, RICCO. And for anybody who wants to learn a little bit more about what I'm doing on the side with the side biz, as far as like learning how to earn online, and especially if you've never earned online before, if you don't know what to do, if you're a beginner, never been able to build a business, whatever, this actually teaches you how to do it. Go to BlodgetShow.com/freedom and put your email in there and reply back to my email with any questions you have. And otherwise, watch the video and click I'm ready if you want to actually get started with it. But otherwise, I hope I didn't stutter too much. You know, when you're dead ass tired, it's like, oh my god. But when you still got stuff you gotta do, so like I'm trying to keep the consistency going. You try saying that word, you know, a couple times when you're you know, running on fumes and you're still working. Like, tongue twister, say that 10 times fast. Hey, what do you know? But well, you know what I always say, guys. Keep on pushing forward. Keep believing. One foot in front of the other. One day at a time. One week at a time. Believe you can. Believe you will. And you're already halfway there. And then you just have to go out there and do it. You know, but on that note, guys, I really appreciate you guys being here. And I look forward to talking to you guys again on our next round of Storytime Friday. I appreciate it. You guys have a really good one, and we'll see you then. Have a good one.